Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Some of you may have seen this video by PenPaladin. If not, please check it out, it's really good. PenPaladin took the quest whether it is possible to create a full Pokedex of 151 Pokemon in 1 hour. It is really well made and I binge watched the whole channel afterwards and I found a lot of cool videos there. I never knew he made different videos besides the short video series Pokemon fans think they know how to fix Pokemon. I liked the video so much that I wanted to try this challenge too. Since my hand was hurting, I decided to only make 60 designs. All of the categories like Starter Fakemon, Regional Rodent, Legendaries and so on will be there, and in between each category will be a random one. As preparation, each canvas got a random splatter of ink, which I then tried to interpret as some sort of Fakemon. Like PenPaladin, I will probably render those designs I like and turn them into actual Fakemon. I will also upload those designs to my newly made Kara account if you like to see them. This project is, by the way, called Pokemon Pendulum. I may try it again in the future, but we will see. Let's begin with the first drawing, the first stage of the grass starter. I instantly felt that I used the wrong pen. Mistake number 1, but for some reason I thought, let's keep going instead of switching to one that I'm more comfortable at, which was mistake number 2. So I created this wonky looking winged snake. If I ever try this again, I will use a different brush. And as cool as that may sound, when redesigning it, I turned it into a worried little praying mantis, with clover leaves as wings, which are breaking out of his flower seed looking body. This will make sense after the final Evo. If you have a name for it, please let me know. The second stage is not great, even worse compared to the first one. The struggle with my brush was still real, not that I even got better, and yeah. In the prep work I wanted the final stage of each starter to be paired with another one of the starter trio types, like grass, gas, fire type, so I drew this fire-breathing snake mantis hybrid thing, which turned out to be the best final doodle out of the 3. I also started a sketch, but I wasn't happy enough to actually finish it. Grass starter's done, let's make the fire starter, which is just a lava blob with arms, not even an animal, just a blob. That of course wouldn't work as an official design. In my redesign I took inspiration from the scaly foot snail and created this adorable little guy with a lava bubble on its back. Looks nothing like the original design, which is the best possible thing that could have happened. Originally the second stage was supposed to be a blob with lava arms as eyebrows. Please don't ask why, the pen just moved like that. And for the evolution I tried to make a humanoid lava monster with water armor, which I don't think makes a whole lot of sense unless the lava turns into lava stone. Fire starter done, so lastly the water starter, which is always my trouble child, and it's just a blue whale. At least that was the sketch. In the redesign I, for some reason, made it a shark, mainly because it was a bit more easy to draw, especially the tail fin, but I think it looks too mean to actually be a starter. Probably needs a bit work in the personality department. None of these designs, by the way, have names, so if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Second stage is just a bigger whale with bubbles around the arms. Yeah. And the last stage is an even bigger whale with leaves as fins, because grass type. No idea why I didn't just draw something like seagrass or seaweed, that would have made a lot more sense. But with this starter trio is done. Which one of these 3 would you choose for your journey? Please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. For me it's a hard battle between the grass and the fire starter. I'd probably have to see the final evolutions to actually choose one. Next, just a random one which looks like a weird computer mouse. I don't know, it's just a weird creature. For the Route 1 mammal I went with a bunny with incredibly short legs, a giant head and some wiggly ears. As an actual Pokemon I added some splashes of colors and a cute tail. A dust bunny Pokemon could work as a Pokemon, but it definitely needs a bit more uniqueness. It's kinda plain the way it is right now. The evolution is basically the same, but part of its body is falling apart and turns into dust. Yeah. The next shape was easy to interpret. A blobby creature made out of leaves. Easy 15-second drawing. Also, could have been a regional Grimer. Yeah. Evo is just the same thing but bigger. Maybe it has some purple poison spots on its body. This leaned back flamingo looking bird doesn't look too bad. I would have redrawn it, but I was in the mood to draw birds, and we just had a redraw anyways. The evolution reminds me of the scribble stork, which is known for sounding like a machine gun. That could actually work. I'm pretty sure Psych created a fake one like that before. Next one was one of my favorite scribbles, made with one of the light brushes, which turned into this cute, sad-looking baby shark ghost thingy, which are turned into a poison-type ghost with neon green and purple colors. I changed the colors because the original scribble was a bit too close to the water starter in my opinion. Please let me know, do you like the combination of green and purple colors? Me and a few other fake moon YouTubers had this discussion a few days before, and I'd be curious to know your opinion on that. Anyways, once it evolves, it would have turned into this double-headed Sharknado. Has anyone watched these movies? They're amazingly bad, a lot of fun to watch. Next, the regional fish, which is basically just wishy-washy in a form of water droplets, could actually work, but it's still basically wishy-washy. This dude looked pretty cool. It's gonna be a spider or bug thingy. I don't know why its body looks like an 8, but it does now. I wasn't sure how to turn this blob into a spider, so I turned it into multiple spiders in a trenchcoat style. Kinda cute, but that may be my current spider fascination speaking out of me. Oh, and the original bug, it's just a worm with legs. I don't know, I don't think I even tried with this ink splash, it's just a line. And the cocoon only gets marginal better. Could be like a cocoon looking monster claw or hand coming at you, I don't know. And for the final stage I thought I could make a biblical accurate angel butterfly. And I was wrong, incredibly wrong, I couldn't do that. Next, random scribble, which is one of my favorite ones. The pose actually kinda worked, the first head didn't however. But everything came together as the swimming mind turtle, which I redesigned and I honestly think it's pretty cool. Could be a legendary, maybe a bit underdesigned, so it probably fits into like Gen 1 or Gen 2 best. This scribble for the regional dog actually looked like a dog with a pink bandana, so yeah, that's just what I drew. The evolution, however, looks nothing like the first stage. It doesn't even look like a dog anymore, but I probably could have done better than that. Here I used a brush I probably would have never used before. It's now a weird broken screen mouse thingy. And I made a sketch because I liked the concept, but it turned out worse than a doodle. So let's forget about that, please. Upon evolving, the fake one completely broke apart and is now trying to reassemble its body parts. Is it a success? Not sure. Probably, I guess. When entering this sketch, I was relatively confident because the ink blob was literally a cat on 2 legs, but it looks more like a Digimon ripoff and not really like a Pokemon, in my opinion. The evolution could have been a Harlequin-like cat ghost or cat genie thingy. That's what I tried to accomplish, but it just turned out kinda weird. Messed up clown, Wi-Fi, symbol, spirit. It's not too terrible, but kinda generic. The scribble for the Evo looked like Haunter, so I tried to not make it too similar and gave it legs, and it kinda reminds me of a rocker ghost, if that makes sense. It could be from Yokai Watch, definitely gives off Yokai Watch vibes. Next is the rock behemoth or little stone guy, stand-in of the region. It's just a square-like boulder, maybe a marble block. That could actually be a cool concept, a marble block that turns into a statue like Pokemon once evolving, and it loses its defense because it loses volume, you know? Oh, that's kinda cool. Second stage is a dog-bear hybrid, and the final stage is a pyramid that works like a dog shelter, I guess. Or a bear shelter, that's not a dog. I can't really say anything for this sketch besides that I thought I had a cool idea and then this came out. 46 seconds was definitely way too long for that creature. This is the first time I'm designing a Pikachu clone, shaped like a lightning bolt weasel. I thought that's kinda cool, so I draw it, but I don't think it really has the Pikachu clone vibe, and it's kinda a rip-off of my Tatsugiri form I made in the past, so yeah. Realistically speaking, every doodle can be turned into a creepy insectoid or arachnid, so that's exactly what I did. I love to draw these type of Fakemon, and this one looks like these humanoid scarecrows you can find in cornfields, or at least in horror movies you can find these in the cornfields. Now to the fossils, one of the most liked Pokemon categories ever. In the doodle I saw a crab hiding behind its claws with bushy eyebrows, and it kinda reminded me of fossilized wood. A fossilized wood Fakemon sounds like a good idea for a fossil Pokemon. Sorry. I might go back to that in the future. In the middle of drawing the evolution, my mom jumpscared me by giving me a phone call, and I forgot to stop the timer before answering, but I talked for like 2 minutes, so I decided to give myself 2 minutes in the end if needed, which I didn't need. This next one is a random ghost that, now looking back at it, could have been a third fossil Fakemon that is supposed to reference the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, even though Jack from Subjectively already has a pretty good Fakemon based on that concept. Yeah. The main body of the Evo looks cool, the arms are a bit weird, and I think it may actually be a bit too over-designed for a middle evolution. The ink splatter for the final stage reminded me of these messed up Attack on Titan titans. The final sketch looks nothing like that though. For the second fossil I wanted to go Scorpion, but as soon as I had to draw I kinda panicked and just made random lines that looked nothing like that at all. Maybe a snake. Yeah. The evolution, however, does look like a Scorpion, but it is lacking the fossil Pokemon feeling or uniqueness. For this one I used a light pen and I just outlined it. Could be a pixie mythical representing light, or maybe a baby form of Necrozma, or a counterpart to Cosmog. Maybe a Big Bang Fakemon. There are so many possibilities what this Fakemon could actually be, it's kinda crazy. Now to one of the probably most anticipated designs, the pseudo-legendaries. Fans always have high expectations for these, and I think it's one of the better scribbles I made. It also has reptilian features, but also has a dog vibe, if that makes sense, and it is pink, so I already like it. I definitely think this one could work for our first stage pseudo-legendary, but it probably needs a bit more concept once it evolves, but the potential is there, I think. The scribble looked like a double-headed creature, so I made it this aerodactyl looking thingy, and while it is not the worst design out of these, I prefer the right head and I probably would ditch the other one and just go one-headed route. Every doodle can be turned into a snake, so I did exactly that. Even though the sudden body change doesn't really make any sense, it's definitely not the direction I wanted it to go. Bunch of blue dots, so of course I turned into a soap bubble Fakemon. I like the idea of a super light floaty soap bubble Fakemon, but I don't think I would go this humanoid SpongeBob looking route. I may... In my head the idea of a bubble dog Fakemon that looks like these balloon dogs forms itself. That could be cute. Now we are in the last section of this Pokedex. There's gonna be a sub-legendary trio, another random one, the 3 main legendary Fakemon of the trio, and the mythical pixie of this region. And, well, then we have it. The first member of the sub-legendary Pokemon. I just drew an X and interpreted it as giant arms or claws that are like crossed in front of its chest. Could be a small ninja guy or Wolverine, I don't know. Next one is this thing that reminded me of these inflatable balloon thingies that you often see in American movies in front of car dealerships. Are these actually a thing? I've never seen them. I'm from Germany. To me it's a movie trope, but I also thought couples sharing clothes was a movie trope. So yeah. The last one is this swirly guy, and since every design turned out to have long arms, I guess that would be their connecting design conventions. Little guy with long arms, because why not? We can do whatever we want here. Now the last random doodle. In my mind I wanted to make a floating ghost Gorgoneon with better snakes, but the snakes turned out to be more like maggots or caterpillars, so yeah. Since I had some more time left than expected, I decided to take a bit more time with the legendaries, since these are usually the most complex designs of a Pokemon Dex. It wasn't hard to see some reptilian kaiju-like creature with long slender arms and buffer upper body. If I had to redesign this one, I would probably try to link this legendary to the previous trio I made, since they also have long arms, so maybe this legendary created them, is now the leader, or like a Ho-Oh or Peturant situation. The second legendary was also rather easy. A humanoid, also buff but shorter, Fakemon with large hands and an astronaut-like suit. Maybe the other legendary is a kaiju from deep, deep ocean, and this one is from space. If I actually draw this in the future, I have to make sure it doesn't look too similar to an actual Fakemon I already drew, who is based on a comet and the sun, because I do see similarities between the body shapes. And now the leader of the trio that should tie these designs together. The head was the easiest part, and I saw a claw and a pose related relatively clearly. It turned out to be this Godzilla looking thing, but it originally looked a bit too empty, so I added a fluffy tail that doesn't look like it belongs to this reptilian Fakemon at all. This Fakemon could represent Earth, so we have like ocean, then surface level, and then outer space. Could be a theme. This actually could be a theme now that I think about it. Well, let's move to the mythical of the region. 5 pink spots that were quickly turned into this spirally little friend. I kinda like it. I decided to redraw it and I gave it a few more colors, because just one color is a bit, is not enough, and I chose blue and yellow because they are kinda like the psychic type colors. At least in my mind, I didn't look that up. So, now we're done. 60 scribbles and 10 fully rendered designs. Here are my thoughts on all of that. Originally, I thought this would be super easy. Drawing from random shapes I see is nothing new, and I'm doing this since school, but I've never done that digitally, and it was a lot harder because wrong pencil, and I had to stop the clock after each drawing and open the next one, so I didn't really get into the flow. First, the negatives, so we will end on a positive note. My doodles are terrible. The ones by PenPaladin actually look pretty good most of the time, but I would guess that he's a professional artist and probably has more training than I do, so that was expectable to be expected. Yeah. So yeah, I swear I can sketch better than this. On the positive note, however, I did get some doodles that I kinda liked. 10 were even worth probably redrawing. I'm incredibly happy with the fire and grass starter. I love them so much. They're just 2 little guys. And I'm not as happy with the water starter, but I still really like it, so it's not that I'm unhappy. When creating such a region without any thought, there won't be a connecting theme, and they will probably not instantly be associated with one real-life place. If there are any themes, it's probably on accident. For example, all starters are based on small animals, a snail, a praying mantis, and the vaquita, which is one of the smallest whales. The boxer legendaries and the pixie trio share these long arms, so, you know, that's a theme. And in the end, I ended up with 6 designs I really like and another solid 4 ones, and I probably could have created more of the scribbles if I took a bit more time. I think this just showcases that you don't need like 1,000 layers of concepts. Sometimes it's just a simple doodle and it turns into a cool Fakemon. I definitely want to try this again in the future. Maybe we can make a whole region, I don't know yet, but it was a lot of fun. Please let me know what you think of these designs and if you have any names for them. If I don't make a whole region, I'm probably gonna reuse a few of these designs in my Pokemon Shift and Gridlock series, but we will see. Also, I hope it was okay for PenPaladin that I also made a video about this, but he said we could try this out ourselves, so I hope it's fine that I also made the video. Full credit for the idea goes to him, like I didn't change anything besides making it more easy and only make 60 designs in 30 minutes. Yeah. See you in the comments.